Hello, good people. I trust that you people are well. Welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson is on self-control. That's the topic of today. Self-control. Many are the times that you hear people telling you maybe that you don't have self-control, or maybe there are the times that you regret your actions and you end up saying that I don't know how to control myself. You know, these are some of the things that we get to learn in the course of living. So, what is self-control? This is the ability to take charge of your emotions, your actions, your thinking, and also your behavior. You understand that it is you being responsible of what you think, what you do, what you alter, and everything else that you can do. That's what self-control is. Now, self-control, it is one of the entities or one of the attributes. Let me call them entities of a being, of a self, okay, of an individual. But it is not made as one. It is not a standalone. Self-control, it is held into position by your emotional intelligence and also your self-discipline. What does that mean? That if your self-discipline is not at par, if your emotional intelligence again is not at par, then it is so means that your self-control will not also be at par. Why? Because these are the two attributes, or you may call them the pillars of self-control. On one side, we have emotional intelligence. On the other side, we have self-discipline. Okay, let's understand these two pillars. What is self-discipline? I would call self-discipline the ability of doing what is right, what is required of you, rather than what you feel like. You know, Eliud Kipchoge puts it better than I, and he says that the moment you are able to do what is right than doing what you feel like, that is what we call self-discipline. That, for example, just to give an example, in your day-to-day living, you feel that, you know what, I feel like not going to work today. But because it is your responsibility, you need to stand up, you need to wake up, you need to leave your bed, you need to go take your shower and maybe go to work. You understand that? That is self-discipline. That you know very well that you are working on losing weight maybe. But as you go by your daily activities, there is this nice restaurant that is selling some nice juicy foods, you know, and maybe you are not supposed to take too much. You are watching on your diet for you to be able to lose weight. So you being able to resist, you know, that delicious, nice looking food, that nice looking meal for you to go for. I mean, for you to be able to lose your weight, that's what we are calling self-discipline. You know, self-discipline, I would also give you an analogy of people who go to the gym. There are people who go to the gym in order to lose weight, and most of the times you find these people going to the gym first thing in the morning, you know, knowing that you need to leave your bed maybe at 5 and for you to go for the gym, okay, and you know that maybe it's raining heavy, and maybe at the same time you feel that you have not had enough of sleep, but you get to wake up, you get to resist the temptations of sleeping further, you get to resist the temptations of not going to the gym because it's raining, and you get to wake up, whatever the case, and you go to the gym for you to be able to work out. What is that? That's what we are calling self-discipline. The 26th president of the United States said this, and he summarized self-discipline as that with self-discipline everything is possible. That's what he summarized self-discipline as, that it is what you need for you to make, or for you to be able to actualize what you need to actualize. You get that? Perfect. On the other hand, now let's discuss emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand your feelings and be able to understand the feelings of the other person and be able to make a decision that is right, that fits the two of you without hurting anyone. You understand that? That maybe I'm feeling a little bit sad. You know, the other person is feeling a bit excited. You understand that? So the two of you may not be able to work together. Okay, and most of the time you find that because you feel a little bit low, because you feel a little bit sad, you might find yourself wanting to throw some words to this person who is very much excited because he's bringing a lot of, or she is bringing a lot of jokes around you. You know, and you feel that Can I throw some few words to get him out, to get her out of my way? But you'll be able to understand that it's because I'm feeling sad that I'm being tempted to throw these words. It's because that she or he is excited that he is or she is bringing a lot of jokes into this. You'll be able to tell that it is his feelings that is making him to react the way he's reacting. It is my feelings that are making me to react the way I feel like reacting, and because of that I need not to react as I feel like I need to make the right decision. Maybe tell this person, I'm sorry, I'm not in the mood, but would you please excuse me? That's a right decision. You understand that you are able to understand your feelings and understand the feelings of your partner or the person that you are working with. That's what we call emotional intelligence. So how do these two work together for them to hold strong your self-control? Remember, self-discipline, we've said it's doing what is right, what is required of you, and not considering what you feel like. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand your feelings and the feelings of your partner or the person you are with and be able to make rightful decision. You understand? The moment you do that, then the moment you have self-discipline into position and emotional intelligence into position, then you are able to control yourself. You know when to say what. And I want to tell you this. Yes, our self-control most of the times that is tested when you are extremely annoyed and extremely happy. Extremely annoyed, that is the time you most likely find that you want to take an action that is irritating. You want to throw some words that are not very pleasing, because of your state. When you are extremely happy, that is when you go haywire and make promises that some of them you may not even be able to fulfill. You understand? These are the best time to tell what is the rate of my self-control. You understand this? So I want to pose these few questions as we carry on. Maybe just a few questions for you to be able to assess your self-control. This one, a quick one. Number one, do you ever feel irritated after you do an action or after you do something? Mostly after you are annoyed, do you feel irritated? Do you feel that that's not what I ought to have done? It could be a yes, it could be a no. Do you feel that maybe you spend too much, or you are getting into debt day by day and you don't like it? It could be a yes, it could be a no. Do you feel that you don't do what you are expected? You most of the times, actually this is the best words, most of the time you follow what your friends want you to do. In other words, call it peer pressure. Maybe. Do you feel that an action or something that you did because you are extremely happy has led you into trouble, has put you into a situation that you feel it's not the situation that is favoring you in any way? These 4 instances that I have given you, they are a good way of measuring your self-control. If you feel that you are into debts because you've been buying things haphazardly, then your self-control, it's low. If you feel that you always follow what your friend says, you hardly start by your grouds, then your self-control is low. If you feel that you regret the actions you took when you are annoyed, or maybe when you are extremely happy, if you feel that you regret those actions, then your self-control is to be questioned. If you feel that day by day you are getting your financial status into the negative, into the side that you don't like, then your self-control is to question. My dear friend, let me invite you to a short series on how to improve your self-control. Because I have told you, yes, the 2 main pillars of self-control is self-discipline and on the other side, emotional intelligence. What does this mean? For you to be able to to bring up the rate of self-control, for you to be able to say that I am on control, I am in charge of my actions, my thinking, and all my doings, then it is so means that you need to work on your self-discipline, and at the same time you need to work on your emotional intelligence. I don't know to say whether it's the worst or the best thing, because Self-control is not a one-day affair. It is not something that you get or you gain within a day. It is a process. It is a step after another. It is something little by little. It's a process for you to improve your self-control. Right? That's why I'm telling you that I want to invite you to this series of improving self-control, because check out on my next video on self-discipline. Check out my next video on emotional intelligence for you to know how to build your self-control into a position that you can trust. But in a quick way, I'll give you 4 tips on how to improve self-control. 4 tips. Other than working on your self-discipline and emotional intelligence, then what else that should you do for you to improve your self-control? Number 1, for you to be able to improve your self-control, my dear friend, beware of temptations. Beware of your temptations. Some of us are tempted by food. You know, anytime you see a good meal, a good dish somewhere, you are not able to resist. You dive into it. Some of us are tempted by ladies, more for the gents. You know, you are tempted by beautiful ladies, and the moment you see a sweet, maybe beautiful lady, young girl, beautiful, light skin maybe, you feel that I can't resist, I have to go for her. Some of us, they are tempted by money in their pocket. You know what they say? That it is impossible for me to sleep in the same house with money. One of us must be out. Maybe having a few coins in your pocket is your temptation. Maybe being in a place where people are doing a lot of activities, maybe activities like there's so much jogging that's happening, there's so much kids playing and so on and so forth. Such activity tempts you again to make use of your money, the little money that you have. So the baseline here is, what is your temptation? Get to know what your temptation is. What is it that lures you to doing things that you later regret? That's first point. Point number 2, for you to be able to improve your self-control, be responsible of your actions. Some of us are fond of giving excuses. What do I mean by that? Maybe your friends invite you to the pub on a Friday evening and you go, okay, you get drunk. Maybe, are you together? And later on you regret. You start saying, oh, I hate it that I went to that. And later on you say, but you know, it's my friend who invited me. I did not want to let them down. That's an excuse that you are giving. You are trying to comfort your actions. You are trying to support your actions, which should not be the case. Be responsible. Say, accept, and say that, you know what, I failed. I was not able to let them down. I was not able to resist. Okay, that's a challenge that I have. You know, be responsible of your actions. Stop going for excuses. Stop blaming others. Are you together? Blame your own self. You understand that? That's point number 2. The point number 3, for you to be able to improve on your self-control, my friend, then it's always good to learn from your mistakes. Once you do an action and you later regret, then learn from it. Be sure that next time, if I'm extremely annoyed, I will not do that. Next time, when I'm extremely happy, I will not do that. Be able to learn, what is it that makes me regret? What is it that later causes me my guilt? You understand that? Then fourth thing, and it could be the last one. When you are extremely annoyed, shut up. When you are extremely happy, shut up. You understand what I mean? That don't make a promise when you are extremely annoyed and don't open your mouth. Don't make a promise when you are extremely happy and don't open your mouth when you are extremely happy or annoyed. Always remain shut up. When you feel that I'm so annoyed with what has been done to me, I'm so annoyed with what she has said, I'm so annoyed with what has happened to me, my brother, my sister, shut up. Don't even utter a word. If possible, even walk out of the situation. First of all, go out. Go experience other things out there before you come and alter anything. Dr. K.N. Jacob puts it better than I and says that when you are extremely annoyed, before you utter a word, count 1 to 10 slowly. Count 1 to 10 slowly, quietly, because that one will have reduced the tension maybe. And if it doesn't go down, my friend, then walk out of the situation. When you feel that you're extremely happy, my brother, my sister, then don't make a promise. You make the mistake because of making a promise when you're extremely happy. When you are extremely happy, when you are extremely annoyed, your judgment is not straight. Your judgment, it's not up as it should be. So my friend, avoid altering words when you're extremely happy, when you're extremely annoyed. So those are some of the things that you need to do for you to improve your self-control. Number 1, identify your temptations. Number 2, shut up when you're annoyed, shut up when you're extremely happy. Maybe you can yell, you can shout when you're extremely happy, but don't make a promise. Number 3, other than that, you learn from your mistakes. That anytime you take an action and later on you regret, learn from that mistake. These are some of the things. Then on top of that, get to improve your self-discipline, get to work on your emotional intelligence. I invite you to my other video dubbed self-discipline or emotional intelligence, for you to be able to learn how to improve your self-discipline, how to learn and improve your emotional intelligence. I do hope that this message has benefited you, and if it has benefited you, as I always say, please pray for me. And on top of that, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel Arosto Ben, follow me on my social media platform across Facebook, Instagram at Arosto Ben, and you'll be receiving daily articles on my social media platforms. You'll be receiving regular videos. Don't forget that every Sunday I go live on Facebook to review the week with you. Every Thursday I go live on Instagram to learn more about life. Until our next meeting, have yourself a good time. I hope the class has been of benefit to you. May the good Lord be with you. I'm yours, Arosto Ben, the life coach.